All right. Well, good evening, everybody. Welcome back to Once in a Queer Moon's second episode of the podcast. I'm Sylvie.
I'm Kayleigh.
And this is this.
Yep.
So, I totally forgot that the podcast was supposed to be happening. So I was not prepared for this, but here we are.
It's happening.
Yeah.
Whether you like it or not.
I do like it.
Good.
Yeah. I mean, of course I do. Like, why would I have been like, hey, let's start a podcast if I didn't like it? It's all because I get to hang out with you.
Aww.
Yeah.
You get to hang out with me anyway.
I know, that is true. But now I get a scheduled time in which to hang out with you. So
cool.
Yes. All right. So today we are making Pokemon teams for the signs based on their personalities. This should be interesting.
Yes.
Considering, as Kayleigh pointed out to me before stream, that because of my personal rules, whenever I make Pokemon teams, we're gonna double up some starters. So that should be fun.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
I personally don't like the starter rule just because I'm a starter ditcher. I tend to ditch my starters. But that's just me.
Well, we could ditch the starter rule, I guess. It's just the reason that I have it in place is because I feel like have a starter is a good place to start. Ha ha ha. That's not a that's not a intentional joke at all. And because, like, I don't know, I always feel like you bond the most to your starter, except you apparently, because you're a weirdo.
Yeah.
But I mean, we don't have to keep it. Yeah. I mean, we don't have to keep it. We could just go for your usual 6 Pokemon team.
Yeah. And then I think as a substitute rule, we can only have one starter if we're going to do a starter.
Right, yeah.
Okay.
But are we saying that starters are allowed, but not required?
Yes, starters are allowed, but you can only have one.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, I guess
0 or 1. There's no...
0 or 1, there's no in between.
Yes.
Alright, I need like a Google sheet or something like that so that I can keep track of this. Alright. Which nobody else can see, but that's okay. We're going with it. Alright.
Okay, so let's go in order, I think.
Okay.
We'll start with Aries.
Alright, hold on. I gotta open my Google Sheets. Okay. Time waits for no Max. Except, yes, they do. Okay, hold on. I gotta make a new one. Alright. Eventually, Google Sheets will decide to work for me. And...
Can we just agree, though, that Aries is going to be primarily fighting type?
I don't know. I mean, I would be inclined to agree with you, except I always associate Aries with fire types. Brash, passionate.
Yeah, I think of Sagittarius that way.
That's true too. Like, a lot of the fire signs have that same sort of energy.
Yeah.
We gotta look for childish Pokemon for the Aries.
Yes. Before we ditched the starter role, I was thinking Blaziken.
Yes, yeah.
Because it's fire and fighting. Which, there you go.
Yeah, I usually go by the Pokemon descriptions as well. So
I mean, it's a ninja What more can you ask for?
That's true. Well, let me check out Blaziken. I don't know why I was on the starter page and didn't just type it in, but there you have it. There we go. Okay. Let's do Blaziken. Yeah, I usually go by dex entries. In battle, Blaziken blows out intense flames from its wrists and attacks their foe courageously. The stronger the foes, the more intensely this Pokemon wrists burn.
I think that works.
Let's see. I suppose so. Do you think that Aries is that courageous though? I usually I guess. I don't know. I always view Aryans as very impulsive.
Yeah. Is that not brave?
I don't think of them as the same thing, because because there's a difference between being brave and being foolhardy. And I think Aries kind of runs the line between brave and foolhardy.
Yeah. No, I think Blaziken's perfect, personally.
Well,
for number 2 though,
we'll put it anyway. I have my doubts about Blaziken.
If we find one to replace it, we can.
All right. What was the second one?
But for the next one, Sock.
Except I hate those Pokemon. I really do.
I know, me too.
Oh god. What is
But it's appropriate.
I suppose so. Let's see.
The sound of Sock punching boulders and trees can be heard all the way from the mountains where they train.
I don't know how the frick to pronounce it. I don't know how the frick to spell it either.
S-A-W-K.
What? Sorry, what?
S-A-W-K.
Oh, yes, of course. I was going S-O-H-K.
No, you're getting it confused with its counterpart, Throw.
Oh, yes. Of course I am.
T-H-R-O-H.
Yeah, these guys are like the, what do you call it? They're based off of martial arts.
Yes. Oh my god. Okay, I read, desiring the strongest karate chop, they seclude themselves in mountains and train without sleeping. I read that as they seduce themselves in mountains.
They seduce themselves?
How does that work?
Oh god. I don't want to think about that. Alright. I don't know, again with the courage and determination and hard work stuff. I don't know. That sounds like a hard-working Pokemon to me.
It doesn't to me. It just, well, yeah, but I mean, it sounds more like...
On the note of inappropriate things in Pokedex entries, tying their belts. I read tying their balls.
Oh god. Ow.
Yeah, I know.
Get the pump to make the punches more constructive.
That's some BDSM shit going on there. Disturbing their training angers them. See, I don't know. I mean, I know I haven't suggested any Pokemon myself yet, but I don't know, I can't see it. You obviously prepped beforehand. You were like, I'm gonna do this, we're gonna make teams beforehand. I'm going into it completely blind, which is not...
I only thought about Aries, to be fair.
Okay, well that makes more sense. Because the way that
I thought about Aries and Libra, and that's it.
Yeah, because like that's what I was thinking. I was like, the way we should start is with our own, and then move on from there. Because I feel like we all kind of know like what Pokemon we like, and then we can go from there. But
I mean, I know what Pokemon I like, but it's not really Libra, you know?
Right.
Like, my favorite Pokemon is Arcanine.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
That doesn't fit the archetype.
Speaking of Arcanine, that's a very Leo Pokemon, isn't it?
Yeah.
I think so. Alright, I'm slipping through with all of the fighting types.
Yeah. It's definitely Leo, a Pokemon that has been admired since the past for its beauty. It runs agilely as if on wings.
Yes. Also, they're like very loyal and protective. I remember I read something about Arcanines that was like the mother like protects the cubs really fiercely.
Oh.
So I don't know. That could also be like a Cancerian quality as well, I suppose. I just found Chimchar. Or Infernape, I should say. Because I need to satisfy myself that it is not a better starter. It will take on any opponent. Making a fightery nature. Beaten by none in terms of quickness. I don't know. Doesn't say much. Oh, well, you had a list, right? So what other ones are on your list then?
I didn't get very far.
That is okay. That is what we are here for. That is what we are here for.
I forgot. Like, I got distracted and stopped.
No, it's fine. Like, it's like I
would get to 2 Pokemon and then I would be like, my thoughts would just drift to something else.
Yeah, I am really the one who does the intense looking at the Pokemon.
Yeah.
It's fine though. Well, I mean, cause like I used to
vibe. I'm very like.
Well, I should.
I don't read.
I don't read. I don't do research. I should clarify that the reason that we're doing this is because I once developed like an entire Game Grumps Pokemon AU where I like made teams for them and everything and like
we did it together.
Yeah, but I was the one who started because I think I was responsible for pretty much all of Dan's team, if I recall.
Yeah.
Because, like, he was the one that I thought about the most, and then I was like, oh. But, like, yeah, like, you helped with a lot of it. Like, you gave him a Feraligatr. That was cool.
Yeah.
I still like that.
I gave Aaron a Feraligatr.
Yes. Yeah. That's what I meant.
Yeah.
See, the thing about fighting types is that I think that a lot of them are very intense.
What about? Yeah, well, yeah, that's Aries.
I suppose.
What about Machamp?
Let's see.
It swings its forearms to rock its opponents with ceaseless punches and chops from all angles. With forearms that react more quickly than it can think, it can execute many punches at once.
Now that I agree. That sounds very impulsive. Its fighting spirit flares up when it faces a tough opponent. Yeah.
Hurl anything aside. However, trying to do any work requiring care and dexterity causes its arms to get tangled.
Yeah.
This Pokemon tends to leap into action before it thinks.
Exactly. That is absolutely Aries, 100%.
So let's do Machamp then.
Yeah. That is the first one that we've agreed upon so far.
Hey.
All right. Well, it is. You can't. You're like, hey. You're acting like it's like a personal affront on you. It's not.
No.
You know what else might be an impulsive type? Electric types.
What?
Electric.
Yeah, I was looking at primate too, because I'm a Generation 1 bitch.
That's fun. You can do that. That's all right.
Always furious and tenacious to boot, it will not abandon chasing its quarry until it is caught. Stops being angry only when nobody else is around.
I didn't think that's funny. Yeah, why not? I'll put that one. This is getting to be like primary fighting type.
No, this might be a Scorpio, actually.
Yeah.
Because it will beat up anyone who makes it mad, even if it has to chase them until the end of the world.
That makes sense, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, let's see. Yeah, I was looking at because the way I usually do this, the way I usually go about this, research bitch time, because that's what I did for like all of my college career. What I did is like what I do usually when I do these is I pick out Pokemon by like sight and just kind of like read, which I guess is probably what everybody does doing this. Yeah. Why am I acting like this is some high and mighty science? Like I spent 3,000 years being a Pokemon professor or something like that. Okay. Aw, I'm at Jolteon. This is like very Cancer, actually. A sensitive Pokemon that easily becomes sad or angry. Every time its mood changes, it charges power. What?
Yeah. Put that down for Cancer.
Yeah. I was like, yeah, I absolutely saw that, and I was like, yeah, that one.
Reading for once in my life.
Aw. Yeah, I have not read anything in so long, so I don't blame you there. Literally, the last time I sat down to read a book was like, I read Good Omens, and like that was it. Is that pathetic or what? Where are all the Pokedex entries? Okay, there we go. This is a good podcast.
I know, it's so
We're just all quietly reading.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Well, because we're actually like doing the intense, serious research. This is like amazing.
Yeah. Okay, for Aries.
Yes.
Pangoro.
Okay. Read me.
It charges ahead and bashes its opponents like a berserker, uncaring about any hits it might take. Its arms are mighty enough to snap a telephone pole.
I like that.
Yeah. Although it possesses a violent temperament, it won't put up with bullying. It uses the leaf in its mouth to sense the movements of its enemies.
Ooh, cool. I do like Pangoro.
It boasts superb physical strength. Those who wish to become Pangoro's trainer have no choice but to converse with their fists.
That is so cute. Let's see. What the hell is that? What the hell is that? I'm looking at this like I'm in Wikipedia looking at the like Pokestar Studios. First of all, what is that?
What?
Pokestar Studios. I have no idea what this is. It must be a game of some kind. But then it's like it's showing like the there's like these weird things like MT2, which is like apparently like a mechanical Tyranitar. Okay. And then there's two things called UFO and UFO2 that literally look like Silcoon, but robotic.
What?
I'm gonna send you the wiki page. It's like all the way down at the bottom past past like the last Pokemon. It's just on like a typed subcategory. So it's just like really strange. But I was just like oh man, I wish I could show stream because that is something else entirely.
Oh.
I can't wait until you find it because like I know you're
No, I found it.
Oh, isn't that weird? Oh my god. Ooh. Okay. I this is a Pokemon that you probably don't know because you don't know anything about Sword and Shield, right?
No, I don't.
Okay. Toxtricity. A poison electric type. Amped form. This is one of the forms it can evolve into. This short-tempered and aggressive Pokemon chugs stagnant water to absorb any toxins it might contain.
Okay.
Oh, that's the Gigantamax one. Never mind. I don't want to read that one. Not a lot of Pokedex entries to go on. Let's see.
Yeah, because it's only been in one Pokedex.
Yeah. Let's see if there's anything that because sometimes in the biology too it'll say more about what it's.
I have one for Taurus.
Okay, go on. Tauros?
Heracross.
Okay. I was like, let's make that.
It is usually docile, but if it is disturbed while sipping honey, it chases the intruder with its horn.
Amazing.
It loves sweet honey. To keep all the honey to itself, it hurls rivals away with its prize horn.
Let's see. Okay. Ant-form Toxtricity are known to be short-tempered and extremely confident. This form aggressively attacks anything that makes eye contact with it.
Fairies.
Yeah, I know. That's why I'm saying it's like it's perfect.
Yeah.
Just like I could just imagine like a Toxtricity, like just like looking at like stagnant water and then just like looking at his trainer and giving the trainer the finger and just like drinking the water.
Yeah.
Is there nothing more Aries than that? I'll show you what Pokemon I'm actually talking about though. I'll send you the link. Since you don't know anything about Sword and Shield.
I don't.
No.
I just ordered a Switch today.
Oh yeah, that's right. You told me about that. I don't know why I'm acting so surprised. Anyway. Forget I said that. That was totally I acted. It was acting. It was acting for stream. That's why.
Totally.
Gulp. That was okay anyway. Let's see. Yeah, because I really wanted to stay away from making anything monotype.
Yeah, this Pokemon looks down on all that would challenge it.
Yeah. That's Aries, man. Yeah. That's the good old Aries way. Oh, you know what? You know what I thought?
What?
Gengar.
Oh.
Because they're like tricksters. I'm only remembering this because I remember that in the Game Grumps thing I gave Brian a Gengar.
Oh yeah.
The ultimate tricksters.
I don't know if Aries are tricksters. Like, they're not... I wouldn't say cunning.
That's true.
A common word to describe an Aries.
That is true.
Not that there aren't Arians who are cunning.
Oh yeah, we're making generalizations all over the place, I figure.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of the Aryans that I know.
I'm going off my stepmom and Julian Solomita.
Those are good Aryans to model after. The Aryan I have, because I've had 3 Aries friends. 2 of them are very good friends, and I have my brother. So I'm trying to like think about them too. My brother is like not a typical Aries at all. He's like mostly pretty calm. And I don't remember what his birth chart is. I gotta remember that. I'm looking at some dragons though. Let's see.
But you know what? You know what's a good Aries quality that nobody talks about?
What?
That it also shares with the Pokemon Emboar.
What?
It cares deeply about its friends.
Oh yeah, that is true. Aryans do that.
Yeah.
Although, isn't that one of those traits that's like every single sign in the zodiac cares deeply about their friends?
Well, maybe, but like, Aryans are really loyal. That's something that people don't talk about a lot.
That's true. That is true. So, are we saying that no more Blaziken? Are we saying Emboar instead?
Yeah, I think Emboar is better.
All right. Emboar it is. So, we currently have 4 Pokemon. Emboar, Machamp, Pangoro, and Toxtricity. I'm looking at...
This is taking longer than I thought it was.
Yeah. I'm telling you, it takes a long time. It took... Well, you know, because you were part of the process. But, like, It took me, like, at least a week to... Yeah, it took me at least a week to do Dan's alone. So, we were... Okay. I'm looking at Dragonite, but I don't think so. No, not Dragonite. Absolutely not. Intelligence. I love Aryans, but they're not known for being intelligent.
Known for their intelligence.
No, not quite. Not quite.
Again, not that.
Yeah, no. We are generalizing, and I am definitely like roasting my brother on this one as well.
Yeah.
Roasting my brother, roasting my friends. One of my mods is an Aries, so she's not here though. At least I don't think so. I haven't seen her in the chat yet. If she is here, she probably left. Just insulting her star sign. Oh my god, I just found another Leo Pokemon. Tyrantrum. Nothing could stop this Pokemon 100 million years ago, so it behaved like a king.
Yeah. Yeah. Add that to Leo.
Yeah. I was like, if that ain't Leo. Oh boy. I would see, this is the thing, right? I would not even know where to begin with myself even. Could Dragonite be Pisces?
Top of my head.
An extremely rarely seen marine Pokemon. Its intelligence is said to match that of humans. Constantly flies over the immense seas and rescues drowning people. I don't know. I guess because they're not really altruistic Pisceans. They're more like metaphysical.
Yeah. I think Lucario is a good Pisces. It has the abilities to sense the auras of all things. It understands human speech.
Yeah, that makes sense.
By catching the aura emanating from others, it can read their thoughts. A well-trained one can sense auras to identify and take in the feelings of creatures over half a mile away.
Yeah.
I think that's very Pisces.
It is. Let's see. What typing do I want to look at next? I'm like, I don't like jump all over. I just like, I'm sticking to one.
Yeah. So I'm looking at rock right now. And Geodude.
You and your like Gen 1.
I know. Well, I'm going in order, and it starts as Gen 1.
Okay. So, go on, sorry.
I know I have a preference, and I'm like, oh yeah, that Pokemon, just because I know it. Really
all right. I know. I'm roasting you. Please read on.
I know. If you step on one by accident, it gets angry.
That is so funny, actually. I like that.
Yeah, mistaking them for boulders, people often step or trip on them.
Aww.
It uses its arms to steadily climb steep mountain paths. It swings its fists around if angered.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
The longer a Geodude lives, the more its edges are chipped and worn away, making it more rounded in appearance. However, this Pokemon's heart will remain hard, craggy, and rough, always.
That is absolutely.
Yep.
100%. All right, wow, we're down to one more. Wow. Right. I'm gonna poke at normal types. You know what? We gotta. Which is the edgiest sign? Because we gotta look at like good dark types for that.
Oh, Scorpio.
Yeah, I was about to say. I was like, gee, I wonder if it's Scorpio.
Yeah, it's Scorpio.
Yeah. Oh boy. Oh my god. My head hurts so much. I'm laughing way too hard right now for this. Alright. Let's see. Oh, I forgot about Berserker. Hold on 1 second. I forgot about Berserker. I love Berserker. BT dubs.
Is that a Gen 8 Pokemon?
Yes, it is. I love how I said that too. Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah, I had one on my team. Super awesome. It's a brand new steel type. All right. Oh. This Pokemon. What?
Tyranitar.
Okay, read yours first.
Its body can't be harmed by any sort of attack, so it is very eager to make challenges against enemies. Extremely strong, it can change the landscape. It has an insolent nature that makes it not care about others.
Honestly, I kind of like that. That's so funny.
Yeah.
And then I'm looking at Berserker, and this one's so good too. This Pokemon lives for the thrill of battle.
Cool.
After many battles, it evolved dangerous claws that come together to form daggers when extended. Berserker has a violent and barbaric demeanor and lives for the thrill of battle. It and Persian have a relationship characterized by mutual disdain on account of the irreconcilable differences in their respective temperaments.
Alright, let's do that one. I like that one better.
Yeah. I kind of like the grudge thing. I didn't even know that. That's awesome.
So that's Aries?
Yeah, that's Aries done.
Aries?
Unless we want to make any changes. We have Emboar, Machamp, Pangoro, Toxtricity, Geodude, and Berserker.
I think that's good.
Yeah. Oh, let me give you Berserker so that you know what Pokemon I'm talking about. They are very cool. I love them so much.
Freaky looking.
I love him. The one that was on my team was Odin, and he was the only boy on my team.
Oh, it evolves from Galarian Meowth. I would be so upset if I spent so much time, like, trying to evolve a Meowth and expecting a Persian and getting that.
But
I would be so upset.
Meowth looks like that too. Like they're like all scruffy looking. They're really cute.
Oh, gross. I hate that. Ugh. I hate it. Meowth is a cute kitty.
I love this Pokemon. How dare you? I'm just kidding.
Okay, for Taurus.
Okay. Alright. Go on. I agree, but go on.
Very lazy. Just eats and sleeps. As its rotund bulk builds, it becomes steadily more slothful. Will eat anything, even if the food happens to be a little moldy. It never gets an upset stomach. A lazy Pokemon that gets continually fatter by sticking to a cycle of eating and sleeping, believing only when it eats. I think that speaks for itself, you know?
Oh yeah. I actually do think it's funny because like I have a Taurus friend, a very dear friend of mine, and she first I like whenever we talk, it inevitably like she ends up like talking about food or like new food that she's tried. She's like a foodie. It's awesome. So I'm just like, yeah. I always associate Taurians with like eating food now, just because of her.
Yeah, it's a common thing. My dad is a Taurus. He does all the cooking. My grandpa is a Taurus. He used to own a catering business.
Nice.
Yeah. Food is very important to Taurians.
Yeah. I mean, I don't blame him. Food's good.
Yeah.
Food's good, man. I'm looking at like all of my favorite Pokemon now to see where they fit. Where are you? Okay, there we go. Ooh. Where does Furfrou fit in?
Isn't it Furfrou?
Is it? I always pronounce it Furfrou. I don't know. It could be. It's probably Furfrou.
Because that's was it Kalos Pokemon?
Yes.
And Kalos is French.
Yeah.
Based on France.
Yeah, it's probably Furfrou. I always ended up saying Furfrou. I don't know why. Okay. Left alone, its fur will grow longer and longer, but it will only allow someone it trusts to cut it. That makes me sad that I had to like bring my Furfrou to like the specific Pokemon hair cutting thing so that I could get its haircut there.
Yeah.
That makes me sad. I want a mini game where I get to cut my Furfrou's hair.
Yeah.
I want that mini game. I was
Game Freak.
I was literally so sad when Furfrou was cut from the Pokedex. I love Furfrou. I just want it.
Pokedex?
Yeah, it's not in Gen 8.
Oh.
Yeah, I know. And they didn't bring it back with the DLC either. I mean, they still could with because we've got the Crown Tundra coming yet. But it's not in this DLC. It's not in the Isle of Armor DLC. The one that's out now. The Crown Tundra, I think, comes out in January, I want to say. I'm really sad. I really like the different Furfrous. The little different cuts did nothing, but I wanted to get my poodle's haircut. And I didn't care. These Pokemon were the designated guardians of the king. Interesting. Oh, well, let's get a new sign to work off of then. What are we doing now? What?
Doing Taurus, right?
Oh yeah, that's right. We are. Duh.
Yeah.
I don't know what to see. I'm like a bad astrological scientist because I have no idea what signs come after what.
Oh, I have it memorized. I got you.
Okay. At least one of us is good at this shit.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, we have Heracross and Snorlax so far. We are thinking
Okay.
Pokemon who love food. I'm gonna look up Alchemy.
Oh, let's look at Crabrawler because it's always in piles of berries, right?
Oh yeah, that's right. And I'm gonna look at Alchemy.
Nope, not this one.
The whatever the okay. When it trusts a trainer, it will treat them to berries it's decorated with cream. When alchemy is content, the cream it secretes from its hands becomes sweeter and richer.
Ew.
I mean, you could eat it sweat. There's there's very few.
Ooh, I have one for Gemini.
Okay, go ahead.
Exeggutor.
Ooh, tell me.
The cries are very noisy. This is because each of the three heads thinks about whatever it likes.
I love that.
Each of the fruits is an independently thinking head. It is said that if one drops off, it becomes an execute.
I don't know how to spell that Pokemon. Its name. Exeggutor. Exeggutor. Okay, got it. Alright, you know what actually other Pokemon might be good for that? Either Zwelos or Hydreigon for Gemini. I'm not giving up on Alchemy for Tauros.
Taurus for Taurus.
Yeah, I was like, should we do it? Should I do it? Do it. I'm running out of space. Okay. Because I have all these Pokemon open and I'm just like, where do they fit?
I think that could work for Taurus, honestly.
Taurus for Taurus? Taurus?
Yeah.
What am I saying?
Although powerful, it can charge only in a straight line. It's very stubborn.
Yes. I definitely agree. I mean, there had to be a reason, right?
Yeah. Although I don't think that the original creators, or the creators of the original 151 Pokemon, were well versed in astrology.
Oh yeah, probably not.
Same with the Animal Crossing creators, because they just assign star signs and birthdays to these villagers without.
Oh my god, should we make that our next project? Reassigning the villagers? Yeah. I wanted to do that, like, immediately, because I'm so mad that my only birthday twin is frickin' Puddles.
I don't have a birthday twin, so...
You don't have one? That's a crime.
No.
That's a crime. We gotta make you one. We're gonna reassign them, damn it. And we're going to make more cranky villagers Capricorns because that's how it works. I am a cranky villager, god damn it. Anyway, alchemy. When it trusts a trainer, it will treat them to berries it's decorated with cream. Let me look at, let's see. Oh my god. I'm reading the Gigantamax thing. The cream pouring for Gigantamax alchemy is endless.
What is it called?
The content of the cream it makes becomes richer and sweeter the happier it is, and the flavor of the cream varies depending on the form it evolves into. Due to the cream it makes being very delicious, many pastry chefs seek to have an alchemy as their partner. If attacked, it will throw a sweet-scented cream to distract or blind the opponent in order to escape. The cream's effect is powerful enough to make an opponent soothed and lose the will to battle should they eat the cream. I guess maybe that's not Taurus. I guess that's more of a calm sign, I suppose.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Taurus is calm.
That's true. Although we did just give it Tauros, stubborn and charging. I don't know. I think Taurians are the ones that are more stubborn out there. I guess.
Yeah. Because I'm thinking about my dad. My dad's a Taurus.
Yeah. My friends are Taurus. They are pretty calm, I suppose.
They like to eat and sleep.
Yeah.
And they don't like when they're wrong.
Yeah. I feel like that's a trait that's shared by all Earth signs, though.
Yeah.
Because I hate being wrong. I mean, I'll amend that. I can take being wrong. Like, I'll take it in stride and, like, be like, oh, okay, whatever. But I have very, like, I'm like, very strange. I have, like, very specific times when, like, it's like me being competitive. I'm only competitive if I think I can win. And if I lose, I get mad. So that is, like, the specific time. It's the same thing with, like, knowledge and stuff like that. It's like, I don't mind, like, being wrong about a sports fact. Like, if you told me, like, if I told you, like, the Giants won the Super Bowl in, like, 2005, and you were like, no, that's wrong, it was this, I'm like, yeah, okay, whatever, like, I'm not gonna be bothered by it. But if you told me, which you did know, because we had that fight about pollution versus pestilence. And I was like, in the book, and I, like, looked it up, and you were like, I don't care. I'm like, okay.
Oh, I don't remember that at all.
You did.
I guess I cared so little about it that I just completely forgot.
You were like, okay, I don't care. And I was like, why didn't you tell me before I went on this gigantic rant?
I'm sure I did tell you.
You didn't. You stayed silent. Okay, anyway, it's fine. It's fine. I'm not damaged. I'm not wounded. It's fine.
Oh, I have a Libra one.
Ooh, what's that?
Blissey.
Ooh, tell me.
It has a very compassionate nature. If it sees a sick Pokemon, it will nurse the sufferer back to health.
Aww.
As a Libra, I cannot let anybody be upset. Like, I just can't.
Yeah.
It's not cool.
I'm the same
way,
way,
about
but
everybody else more than myself.
I'm the same way, but I feel like that's my Libra moon. So I don't think that's something that's often shared by Capricorn.
Yeah. So it's Chansey, but I forgot that it evolved into Blissey.
Yeah, it does. People often don't make use of Blissey, actually, since Chansey is better competitively. Because of the stupid defense. Okay, I'm mad. Sorry. I hate going up against Chansey so much. In case you couldn't tell already.
I'm just going on to other...
You're just like, I'm going on to other things. I have a grudge against Chanseys. They murdered my family. They didn't, but it was a close thing.
Can you put Chatot in Gemini?
Oh, yes. Immediately. Like, I was like, I don't even need to know that. But do please tell me that.
It can learn and speak human words. If they gather, they all learn the same saying.
Aw.
It mimics the cries of other Pokemon to trick them into thinking it's one of them. This way they won't attack it.
Yeah, that's definitely it. I love how I immediately was like, yes, okay. I don't even need to hear the Pokemon. I just know. I think we are overlooking ground types as anything for earth signs.
True. What?
Tell me this thing.
Let me see. There we go. Slacking.
Ooh, yes.
Spends all day lying down and lolling about. It eats grass growing within its reach. If it eats all the grass it can reach, this Pokemon reluctantly moves to another spot. Taurus.
Yes. I love that. Also, the slack off ability can belong to no other sign.
Yeah.
I agree 100%. Oh, I was reading about Mudsdale. Ew. It spits a mud that provides resistance to both wind and rain, so the walls of old houses were often coated with it. That sounds like it would smell disgusting.
Oh, yeah.
Oh. Yeah, this is very earth sign, actually. It remains calm and unmoving, no matter the situation. It can trudge mountain roads without rest for 3 days and 3 nights, all while dragging a 10-ton load. You know what? I think that's definitely Capricorn.
Yeah, that's Capricorn.
Yeah. Because I'm like looking at that and I'm like, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, Mudsdale has so much stamina that it could carry over 10 tons across the Galar region without rest or sleep. Yeah. Sounds about right. Dummy, you shrunk the kids. What the hell? I love the anime. Oh! Anyway, sorry. I'm just like fangirling over Mudsdale being the first Capricorn Pokemon. Known for both its powerful body and emotional fortitude, which prevents it from becoming agitated. Regardless of the trouble it is in, it will never cry out and defeats opponents with a single blow. The mud around its legs, blah, 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 that's not important. That's also not important.
Like Capricorn, too.
Yeah. Exactly. I knew I loved Mudsdale for a reason. Okay. It's fine. I like Capricorn. I like my own sign.
What's that fucking... that awful Pokemon that always uses yawn? I hate that sound so much.
Is it, are you thinking Slowpoke?
No, but that's a good one.
Oh, okay, the other one. The frickin' Wooper evolution. Yes?
Not that one either. It's green, and it's got a little...
Oh! Swallet.
Yeah. That bitch. That's the bitch.
That's the bitch. Alright, you look up, Slowpoke. I'll look up, and check the evolutions, too, because they might have better Pokedex entries.
Oh, what I don't understand is that the Pokedex says that the thing that's on Slowbro's tail is a shelter.
Yes.
That shit is not a shelter. That doesn't look anything like a shelter.
This is true.
It's the same with, what's the one that turned into Octillery?
Remoraid.
Yes, Remoraid.
Oh, Swalot is the big one. Gulpin is the tiny one. Okay, whatever. They're both ugly as fuck. I almost want to discard this Pokemon just because it's ugly, and I feel like I would be in pain if I had this Pokemon on my team. Swalot or Gulpin, they're both terrible. Yeah. Even though it looks like it would fit, but God. Ugh. I forgot how gross this Pokemon is, actually.
Yeah, gulping.
Oh my god. When Swalot spots prey, it spurts out a hideously toxic fluid from its pores and sprays the target. Once the prey has weakened, this Pokemon gulps it down whole with its cavernous mouth.
Ew.
I know. Its powerful stomach acid is capable of digesting almost anything. The one thing in the whole world a Swalot can't digest is its own stomach. Okay, thanks. I'm gonna go now. This Pokemon is the stuff of nightmares. Do 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 do.
Oh yeah, let's do Slowpoke.
Okay, read me.
Incredibly slow and sluggish, it is quite content to loll about without worrying about the time.
Aww. I love Slowpoke. It's such a cute Pokemon.
Yeah.
And I love that they did the Galarian Slowpoke. That's so awesome.
Slowpoke uses its tail to catch prey by dipping it in water at the side of a river. However, this Pokemon often forgets what it's doing and often spends entire days just loafing at water's edge.
Aww.
It is always immediately lost in thought, but no one knows what it is thinking about.
Aww.
Slowpoke is a Taurus.
Yes. I agree with this. Oh, are we... So, since we're down to the last Pokemon, are we putting Alchemy or not?
Which one is that?
When a trainer gains Alchemy's trust, Alchemy will treat them to berries with cream. The content of the cream it makes becomes richer and sweeter the happier it is, and the flavor of the cream varies depending on the form it evolves into. Due to the cream it makes being very delicious, many pastry chefs seek to have Alchemy as a partner. If attacked, it will throw a sweet-scented cream to distract or blind the opponent in order to escape. The cream's effect is powerful enough to make an opponent soothe and lose the will to battle should they eat the cream.
I don't know. I'm into that one.
No?
No.
I feel like it fits a different type, a different zodiac, but I'm not sure which one at the moment. This is probably not one, but is Galarian? Okay.
It's a very quiet stream we have going on here.
Yeah. I picked a good topic for this.
Yeah,
especially since like we don't have any visuals whatsoever. It's like usually if I'm quiet while playing a game, at least there's a game. We have like no visuals whatsoever.
Yeah.
That's fine. We're not gonna get through every single one, so. I found another one for Leo though, the Galarian Rapidash. Brave and prideful, this Pokemon dashes airily through the forest. Its steps aided by the psychic power stored in the fur on its fetlocks.
Sure. That works.
You're like, sure. That's fine. Whatever.
I'm distracted. I'm distracted by Piloswine.
Okay. Explain?
No.
Thanks. Good content, Kayleigh.
I know. Piloswine is covered by a thick coat of long hair that enables it to endure the freezing cold. This Pokemon uses its tusks to dig up food that has been buried under ice.
I like that. I like Piloswine too. Piloswine is such a cute little Pokemon. What a cute little Pokemon, dude. I love it. Alright. For Tauros, we have Heracross, Snorlax, Tauros, Slacking, Slowpoke, and Piloswine.
I think that works.
How do we feel about the lineup? Okay. Anyway, let's go off topic for a second. Kayleigh, what version of Pokemon Sword or Shield are you gonna get?
I'm gonna get Sword because I like swords. Literally. I
Sounds
have no
good.
Like, well, this one has this one, blah, blah, blah. No. Just sword.
You're just like swords. I actually picked it because I liked Zacian better than Zamazenta.
Yeah, I don't. It's not how I pick my games.
Really? Okay. Wait, how have you?
Chose, when I got Pokemon Sun, I got Pokemon Sun because the legendary on the cover looked like a lion, and I like lions.
That's awesome. I kind of want to hear your.
X and Y. I got X first. I got X first because it had a pretty deer on it, and I liked it aesthetically better than the Y-shaped dragon.
I love how we were talking about last stream how Libras, or last podcast rather, about how Libras are very aesthetically driven, and you have just proven all of that.
Yeah.
Like, I do
nothing if not for the aesthetic.
Like, when I went through, and, like, I just remember, like, the process that I went through to, like, select the game that I wanted. Because, like, I remember I was like, I really like X because I really like, what is it called? Xerneas. But I really should look at, like, the other Pokemon that are available. So, like, I remember I, like, did research about, like, what Pokemon I could catch. And, like, I wanted to make sure that, like, okay, yeah, this is the one. I really like this one. This is the one. And with the, whether I wanted, Sun or Moon, I didn't do a lot of research because I was like, no, I definitely really want Moon. I don't care. But I did, but, like, I remember, like, I did, like, look through the other Pokemon that were there. And I was like, you know what? The Rattata is pretty cool. Like, I like that better than, like, the whatever the other thing was that's exclusive to Sun. I was like, that's cool. I really like that one. I just, like, remember, like, looking through all the Pokemon and, like, making my decision based off that.
Yeah. That's relatable.
That is it's so Capricorn of me that I was, like, very strategic about it too. I was like, I can't decide. Yeah. I think I should do which one. Oh my god.
Yeah, I just go, ooh, that Pokemon pretty. I like the cover. I'm gonna get this one.
Well, when I picked whether I wanted Ultra Sun or Ultra Moon, I knew that, like, the end was, like, that Nebby would get, like, absorbed. So I was like, you know what? I really think Solgaleo is not the good one for that. So I'm gonna sacrifice Solgaleo for the dark wings, or whatever it's called.
Hey, speaking of Solgaleo.
Yeah.
Let's look at that one for Leo.
Oh, well, we haven't done any legendaries for other ones. So how are we doing the legendaries?
I don't know. Feels right.
Okay. State your argument.
Fuck logic.
Fuck logic, she says.
Fuck logic, I'm an air sign.
I mean, if that ain't more like it. Alright, go ahead and make it state.
Light, it radiates from the surface of its body, can make the darkest of nights light up like midday.
Not exactly the best argument, but go on.
Actually, this could be Pisces.
Yeah? Go on.
Because, or Aquarius. At the activation of its third eye, it departs for another world.
Yeah, that's definitely like Pisces or like another water sign.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Sometimes the result of its opening an ultra wormhole is that energy and life forms from other worlds are called here into this world.
Ooh-wee.
That's... I don't know if that's Pisces or Aquarius.
That sounds like an Aquarius thing, to be honest. Just like the weirdest.
Aquarius.
Alright. I'm down for that. You have convinced me to add legendaries to this. Also, I've heard it pronounced Solgaleo, but I don't like that.
I like Solgaleo. That's how I hear it in my head.
I say Solgaleo because I'm a pleb.
You pronounce things weird.
Thank you. I choose to take that as a compliment.
It's true.
You know? Thank you. I enjoy life. What? All right. Hold on. I'll be right back. Do you want me to put a BRB screen on, or are you okay entertaining chat? Of which
no,
there is none.
Please put a BRB screen on, because I'm not entertaining by myself.
Aw. I'm sure you would be, but okay. I will put it on.
I'm not. Don't test me, please.
Don't test me. Aw. I'm sure you would be fine.
You're just blowing smoke on my ass. It's like...
I'm not. You, listen, you had a YouTube channel. You know how to entertain the masses. Sort of.
That's edited.
We shouldn't. You know...
I edited out so much silence. Like, yeah.
You know, I wish I could do that to my streams sometimes, but we do what we can, okay?
Why I don't stream? Because I can't... I'm bad at coming up with stuff to talk about when I don't have something to riff off of.
Aww. Well, that's what the game is for. To riff off of.
Whatever. Do your thing. Do your thing.
Yeah, I gotta...
Okay. Get out of here.
Right, fine, I will. We're not... We shouldn't. This is a mature stream. Yeah! I sold my soul to the cult of Innsmouth. God bless this content creator. She didn't know how to... She made them for actual beauty sims and not for monstrosities. Perfection. I agree, Cerelia. Oh no, this is a hard one though. It's so hard. Guys, do you see my vision? Do you see my vision? Do you see it? Look at it. Look, can you imagine? Okay, look. Watch. Shh, quiet. Watch. Look at this, okay? Ready? Hell yeah. Are you seeing this? Guys, come on. Work with me here. Look at this. Look at how cool that looks, alright? And now imagine for me, if you will. Right? Imagine for me, right? We're gonna put some of this stuff in here. You feel? Look. You're not looking. No, I'm just kidding. I'm such an asshole. I'm so annoying right now. Ha ha ha. See, like, I'm even giving you a side eye, like, breathe. What did you do? Oh no, my friend's eye. We're not, we shouldn't. This is a mature stream. Yeah! I sold my soul to the cult of Innsmouth. God bless this content creator. She didn't know how to she made them for actual beauty sims and not for monstrosities. Perfection. I agree, Cerelia. Oh no, this is a hard one though. It's so hard. Guys, do you see my vision? Do you see my vision? Do you see it? Look at it. Look, can you imagine? Okay, look. Watch. Shh, quiet. Watch. Look at this, okay? Ready? Hell yeah. Are you seeing this? Guys, come on. Work with me here. Look at this. Look at this. Look at how cool that looks, alright? And now imagine for me, if you will, right? Imagine for me, right? We're gonna put some of this stuff in here. You feel? Look. You're not looking. No, I'm just kidding. I'm such an asshole. I'm so annoying right now. Ha ha ha. See, like, I'm even giving you a side eye, like, breathe. What did you do? Oh no, my friend's eye. We're not, we shouldn't. This is a mature stream. Yeah! I sold my soul to the cult of Innsmouth. God bless this content creator. She didn't know how to. She made them for actual beauty sims and not for monstrosities. Perfection. I agree, Cerelia. Oh no, this is a hard one though. It's so hard. I'm back.
Welcome back.
Thank you. Did you find anything of interest while I was gone?
No.
Cool.
I was looking.
Alright, I know. I'm kidding.
I did find one for Gemini, though.
Ooh, yes. Tell me this thing.
Kayleigh.
Ooh.
It's capable of changing its body colors at will to blend in with surroundings.
Nice. I agree. Excuse me. Sexy. All the ladies want me now. Oh my god. I just opened Primarina and I'm just like, Alright, what? Sorry? Go on.
A Pokemon that I think is, like, weirdly cute in a weird way.
Burping?
No, Shroomish.
What? Wait a minute, what are we talking about?
I think Shroomish is cute in, like, a weird, creepy way.
I agree. I like Shroomish.
It's got, like, a unibrow.
Yeah.
I like its mouth. I don't know.
It's cute.
It's cute.
I enjoy it. I enjoy. Oh, would you two ever do a baking cooking stream? I don't know. That would require a lot of setup.
Oh, dude. That would be an idea.
Right?
Like, if
I'm kind of into
if
it.
there was a way that we could do, like, because I'm always doing this from my phone, so I can take it anywhere. But if there was a way that we could, like, follow the same recipe, in different, like, on the other side of the country.
Oh, dude,
that would be sick.
You're selling me on this.
I would love that.
Oh man.
Or since you're kind of, like, tied down to your computer.
Yeah.
you could read me a recipe.
And you would have no idea what you're making.
Yeah, I don't have, because I'm such a visual person, I
Yeah.
have to look at pictures while I'm
Oh my
doing it.
god. That would be so amazing, actually.
Maybe we should do that.
Yes. Some stream in the future. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know what stream, because I don't know if we want to do the if I don't know if we want to do which stream next stream and have our guests come on, or
Yeah.
but yeah, we can definitely do that. That would be super awesome.
That'll be on the list.
Yeah, that's up there. It's up there, baby. Yeah. It's awesome. Halloween cookies. Ooh. Well, I can't do that now because she can't know what the recipe is. I just have to tell her what ingredients she needs.
Yes. That's the other thing. You have to tell me exactly what I need so that I can go to the store before.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't like leave you in the dark and be like
special shit on hand.
Yeah. Oh, I should try to make it something that you can actually eat, because you have a lot of yeah.
Gluten free.
Yeah, gluten free. Do you have other restrictions, or is it just gluten free?
Gluten free, no tree nuts. No red meat, but if we're doing baking, that doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
You know, for those beef cookies you want to feed me.
Ew.
Beef cookies.
Glutinous beef cookie. Beef cookie.
Delicious.
Oh god. That sounds like a nightmare.
Glutinous beef cookies.
Ew. That sounds like something you might feed a dog. Glutinous beef cookies. It's like glutinous beef cookies. The entire chat is just out. You know, I'm a beef cookie, super strong but sweet.
Yeah.
I love that. Oh my god. I need that to be like a I wish we were playing Quiplash, because I need that to be like an answer. Just like glutinous beef cookies. That is a clip. That is a clip. That is worthy of being clipped. Oh my god. Anyway, hi guys, welcome to the stream. Since we're taking a lull to laugh, welcome Squimbles, welcome Zane. Glutinous beef cookies.
Yeah.
What a time! What a time to be alive.
This will be the bane of my existence if they existed.
Yeah. It sounds like something that Unis Anna should make.
Glutinous beef cookies?
Yeah.
Well, let me just Google real quick if they're beef.
Oh my god.
Cookies.
I would not be shocked. Honestly, I would not be shocked.
Nope.
Oh. I was shocked. I was shocked.
Oh wait, meatball cookies.
Ew. Wait, but are they just called meatball cookies, or are they made with meat? I must know.
Italian Christmas cookie, round, chocolate, and spicy.
Yeah, that doesn't count. It's got chocolate. No, I know what those are. They are also it's a variation of snowballs. That's what I always call them. I don't know if that's what they are. Yeah, no, it's just it's just chocolate. Yeah. I was like, that doesn't count. They're just called meatball cookies. It's just meatball. It's the spicy meatball.
What's mincemeat? What is that?
Mincemeat?
Is that actually meat?
Yes.
Well, then I found one that has meat in it.
Oh god. Please
mincemeat cookies too.
Oh.
I don't know where the first one went, but contains mincemeat pie filling.
All right then. I mean, I know that there are meat pies because, like, that's a whole, like, European delicacy.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, but I had
Pot
like
pies. I eat pot pies all the time.
yeah. And like I knew that like mincemeat pie was a thing because like in Victorian England they eat that for Christmas. Traditionally. But I had like no idea that you could like for some reason it's just like blowing my mind that it's like a cookie because like those kind of pies like they're not like sweet pies. They're like savory meals. Like that's what a chicken pot pie is.
Don't know how to pronounce this word.
Okay.
But it's Sicilian chocolate meat cookies.
Oh.
It contains, let's see, fatty ground beef,
Okay.
candied fruit,
Alright.
bittersweet chocolate,
Uh-huh.
Eggs, cinnamon and nutmeg. It sounds very Chinese. Like
yeah.
Chinese cuisine has a lot of desserts that are like that are very like, what's the word I'm looking for? Umami.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
There's chocolate blocks with corn in it. Oh god, ew.
Vintage butcher baker deli meat candle rum cookies.
Candle.
That's a mouthful.
Wait, have you seen the Good Mythical Morning episode where like there's like a where like they're tasting like ancient like meat like holiday dishes from the past and one of them is like literally like a candle like a candle food like it's made with candle wax.
Oh, is that edible?
I mean well back in the day okay so I think that was from like the 1800s or something and they probably still could have had lard which is technically animal fat, so technically you can eat it. Technically. Would it taste good? Probably not.
Oh.
But you could probably eat it. It's made from animal stuff, so you could eat it.
Just straight up lard?
Yeah. I mean, I'm just saying, I'm not defending it. I'm just saying that technically it's edible because it's from animals, but you don't want to eat it.
No.
I mean, shepherd's pie is a thing, but IDK about cookies, well, we just showed that. I've had shaved ice at a Korean place with red bean in it. It's sweet, but different kind of sweet. Yeah, I guess that's kind of like the umami.
Red bean is very common in, like, Asian cultures, I feel like.
There's, like, a red bean... There's a red bean Kit Kat, I believe. I'm looking this up.
Yeah.
I bet there is. Because I've seen sweet potato Kit Kats as well. Or something like that. It's like that purple... The purple taro. No, it's taro. That's what it is. Not sweet potato. Red bean Kit Kat. Oh. I must know. Because I think I've seen this before. On many a site. Yep, I was right. Red bean Kit Kats. They exist.
Huh.
Yes, indeed. And then I think there's also, I think taro is the one I'm thinking of. Taro Kit Kat.
Find out. Chinese in school for 3 years.
Mm-hmm.
I think. Yeah, 3 years.
Yes.
And they made us eat a lot of like traditional Chinese food, like mooncakes and stuff like that. And I never it never grew on me. I never liked it because I have such a sweet tooth.
Yeah.
I'm a very sugar sweet kind of person.
I agree. I'm the same way.
Yeah, so like the red beans and the eggs and like those are a different kind of sweet, and I never got around to liking it.
Yeah, I've had mooncake before. Mooncakes.
Yeah.
Did not like them.
Yeah. They're if you're not used to it, they're kind of weird.
Yeah. Cuz like they're very like as I recall they're very mealy as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like texture. Not good.
Yeah.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
They look delicious.
They do. Oh yeah.
It's just yeah, not my thing.
No. It's not good. You know what I was a fiend for once upon a time? Matcha Kit Kats.
Matcha?
Yeah. They're like made with like green tea. You're just like, ugh. They're made with like matcha powder, I guess, and like the outside is like flavored like green tea, but it's like vanilla, not chocolate. It's Asian, obviously.
Yeah.
Because Asia has like a million different types of Kit Kat. But yeah, I remember like I used to I like stopped finding them delicious like I think a year or so ago. But I remember like I used to go to anime conventions just like get like a whole bunch of them and just like eat them because they were good. They tasted good to me. I don't know.
Huh.
Yeah. But now I can't have I mean I don't like it anyway, but I really shouldn't be eating anything that has matcha in it because caffeine. So although now that I think about it. Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
Now that I work nights, Rockstar has been like a lifesaver for me because it's the only energy drink that I found that doesn't taste like actual ass.
That is true. Rockstar is very good.
Yeah.
Although my memories of Rockstar are it gave me a panic attack, I'm pretty sure.
Okay, the first time I ever had energy drinks in general, I was 10 years old. I was at a party, and for some reason, my dad let me drink 4 Rockstars. I was 10. And I barely remember that night.
You were just high on Rockstar.
Yeah, I remember hugging Guitar Hero. Yeah.
Oh my god. That's amazing.
I was really hot and sweaty too, which was weird because I didn't really get sweaty at that time.
Oh.
But that happens whenever I drink energy drinks. I get really sweaty.
Yeah, you were sweating out the caffeine. I bet it's disgusting. Well, cuz like I remember like because I started taking night classes and like now I think I'm more of like a like evening person now that I've gotten a little bit older. Like I can kind of function at like both the morning and the evening. It's just the afternoon is a problem. Like if I have to get up early, like I'm fine usually. Or if I have to, or like if I'm streaming late or something like that, like usually I'm fine. But like in the afternoon is when it's the worst. Anyway. So, but anyway, I was just starting to get used to like being on like a night schedule, like going to night classes. And my friend, who was also an anorexic, which is only part of the story, introduced me to Rockstar. And she was like, yeah, you should take energy drinks. Like, it's great. Like, I don't. And, like, see, it also probably fed into my eating disorder mentality, but we're not going to go there. Anyway, I started drinking Rockstar. Like, but I had to do it, like maybe 2 or 3 hours before my class, because otherwise it would like kick in when I got home from class, and then I would just be up all night. So I was like, can't do that. So yeah, I started drinking energy drinks, and I think like I wasn't doing it for long. I think I was maybe doing it for about like a week and a half. And I remember like I got home from class, and like, you know, the energy drink was like going out of my system. Like it was on its way out. Like I was tired enough to fall asleep, obviously. And then like I just remember like I don't know why I do these stupid things to myself. Kayleigh, you know this because I annoy you with this all the time. my 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 propensity to be a hypochondriac and panic at the smallest slightest thing. So I
Oh
guess
yeah.
I don't know. Maybe I noticed that like my heartbeat was faster than usual. So like I was like, am I having a heart attack? So I like Googled like Rockstar fast heart like energy drinks fast heartbeat, and I found an article about like a kid who had drank like an obscene amount of Rockstar. Like I think it was like 10
More than four,
Rockstars.
probably.
Yeah, like he drank like 10 of them and like drove a truck and then had a heart attack and died. But
Oh.
I think like I think it just like got me into like such a panic that I legitimately like had like my first ever panic attack because I remember like lying down, like my heart was beating so fast that I like couldn't like get to sleep, and it like I felt so sick and it was awful. And then I stopped drinking energy drinks and caffeine from that point. Because I
Oh.
was like, I obviously have a sensitivity to caffeine and I should not be drinking this. But
Yeah.
I realized several years down the line, I was like, oh, you had a panic attack, you idiot.
Yeah.
You probably like, but at that point, like I was a sophomore or like a junior or something like that. Because like, mind you, I did not go to therapy because I did not think that I quote unquote needed therapy until I was a senior in college. So I did not even start to think about my mental health until then. And I was what at that time, like 21? So I had not thought about my mental health ever. um, Even though, like, I can look back on my behavior and I'm like, gee, I was depressed as fuck. But because my mom put such pressure on me to like not be sick in that way or in any way. I just,
And
like,
it made it worse.
yeah. But
Yeah.
I was, it was like, I was able to just, like, I forced myself to soldier through. Like, I had such a hard time going back to college because, like, I just, like, it's like all of a sudden after, like, being, like, out of school, like, all of my learning disabilities kicked in. Like, my ADHD kicked in, I couldn't focus, I couldn't, like, I was even having trouble like reading as an English major, which is bad. Like I started in
Yeah.
college, but I was still able to like force myself to like do enough in order to pass. But like, and I'm I mean, like this is gonna sound like so, uh, self-serving, but like, I'm kind of good enough where like if I listen to something, then I can kind of like figure out like what the plot's about. Most part. It kind of helps that
Yeah.
like we're all talking about spoilers in like class, so I was like able to be like, oh yeah, I like know enough about this to pretend that I know what I'm talking about. And
That's how I got technical.
and like yeah, and like being in an English class, it's like if you talk about symbolism, like if you're good talking about symbols, then your teacher obviously assumes that you know what you're talking about. Like if you can bullshit stuff, like they don't care. um
Yeah.
but that's kind of like how I got through. But I remember like struggling so much. But anyway, I yeah, I don't know. I didn't acknowledge any of my any mental illnesses until like I was in college, and like even then, it took me so much longer to like even decide that I needed help because again of that stigma. Like, and my mom, I remember she says this didn't happen, but I remember it very clearly. Um, my therapist at college had given me like a therapist nearby her that like worked with my current insurance and all that stuff and whatever. And like that was closer to me that she knew. So she had recommended somebody to me, and like I've forgotten it. I'd like put it in my coat pocket and just like forgot about it. And my mom was looking through my coat pockets. I guess she like wanted to wash my coat or whatever, and she found it. And she like started yelling at me like, "I didn't know you were going to therapy. Like, what did they say to poison you against me and like all this yada yada shit." And I was just like, I told her, I was like, "Mom, like
I was like,
I
she's
didn't."
the one who needs therapy.
Yeah, I was like, "Mom, I was like, do you know what therapy is?" And she's like, "Yeah, they just like they tell you to hate your parents." And I'm just like, "Mom, like we were there to talk about me, not you. Like, had nothing to do with it. But she was just like screaming and yelling at me, and I was like, all right, fine, whatever. So I just like never sought help until much later. I think like I finally went to a therapist. I think like maybe I was like 25 or 26 when I started seeing one semi regularly again after going to college and seeing one. And like and then like after that, like, that therapist ended up not working out, so I just like decided that I didn't want to see her anymore. So then I was out of therapy again until I started going to community college, which was only about like a year or so later, so it's not like I was without therapy for a long time after that. But yeah. My own sordid history.
Yeah. I think that's interesting because my history with mental health is so weird.
Mm.
Because I never, like, my parents, my family didn't have like a stigma against therapy. But I, like, all of my cries for help when I knew that I probably needed help were kind of written off as attention seeking, I feel like. Which, to be fair, I was kind of dramatic at the time, so there was that factor, but it wasn't until I actually started having like full blown mental breakdowns every morning before school. And my doctor was like, "Hey, that sounds like a bipolar manic episode." And she prescribed me Xanax at age 16. That I think my parents finally started to realize that, hey, this is an actual issue.
Yeah.
And that's when I started therapy.
Yeah, I probably could have used therapy before that because, like, I don't know, like, I was just, like, thinking recently about, like, all of the trauma that I went through as a little kid. And, like, like, the fact that it probably gave me, like, CPTSD. Just, like, all of this because of emotional neglect that I went through as a kid. And, like, it's just, like, I remember, because, like, I was thinking back to a specific time because I stopped eating breakfast when I was 8, I want to say. I just like refused to like eat like meals in the morning after that because it like made me sick in the morning. And I didn't, and literally this took me until this year. Like, I'm going to be 28 in January. Literally took me this year to figure out that, oh, the reason why I was probably feeling so nauseous all the time when I was 8 years old in the morning is because I hated school. My teachers hated me. I was terrified of going to this school that, like, I just had so much anxiety that, of course, it was making me sick. Like, I was a little kid, So, like, just, like, all of the shit that happened.
Yeah. I did grief counseling when I was a kid because, for those of you who don't know, not to, like, gain pity or whatever, because I hate that shit, but my mom died when I was a little kid. And so my dad pretty much put me directly into grief counseling. But that being said, a lot of grief counselors, especially the ones that we went to because we were poor and couldn't afford like people with master's degrees, were in like master's training programs, and so they weren't fully certified. So I didn't get into actual therapy until I was a teenager. And there's only so much grief counseling that you can do that's helpful,
Yeah.
Like, they can only teach you so much about how to handle your own grief, and I'm pretty much a master at it at this point. Because I've been doing it since I was 8, but yeah. Anyway,
Yeah, I I was just like, I don't know how to segue to that.
Yeah.
The fact that she
Pokemon.
immediately...
Should we even go back to Pokemon?
Yeah! I was like, yes. Yeah, like, we forgot. We totally derailed that.
Yeah, we're 2 hours in and we only got through Taurus.
Yeah, I mean, you know, it's fine.
It was a big undertaking. That's 12 signs.
Yeah, it is. It's just like, wow, it's like I have to actually go back and do, oh my god, after we've just bared our souls on Twitch.
I know, yeah.
Regarding your mom, Sylvie, yeah, I saw the, I was looking for a time to read it, yeah. The fact that she immediately thought a professional would think poorly of her says a lot, yeah. And I honestly, I think it's because, like, I suspect deep down that my mom knows that her mom hurt her, but she won't acknowledge that because I guess she has this some sort of, like, idea that, like, her mom was the greatest and could do no wrong and all this stuff, yada yada, when, like, she has told me pretty disturbing things that, like, her mom did to her. Like, nothing, like, super bad, but, like, the same shit, like, emotional neglect and, like, favoring her brother over her, and, like, that is, like, like, that is something that a kid, like, should not, and, like, she's all down herself because, like, she was, like, a rebellious kid, but, like, honestly, like, you know, if I wasn't scared of my grandmother, I probably would have been the same way. Like,
yeah, you go through a lot of personal growth when you realize that your parents are not gods.
Yeah, but I think, like,
they're not all-knowing, they're not perfect.
Yeah, but I think, like, that's the problem. My mom just kind of, like, decided after her mother died that, like, you know, because, like, my grandmother's dead, that, like, her mom was, like, the greatest ever and, like, could do no wrong and, like, all of this kind of stuff when, like, you know, like I said, she's told me some stuff that's, like, you know, I'm even, like, when I was 16 when she was telling me these things and I had no idea about, like, mental health or how parents are supposed to treat their kids, I was like, Mom, that's pretty messed up.
Yeah.
So, like, anyway. But Pokemon.
Come on. Yeah.
Oh, I I don't know. Can we even circle back at this point?
I don't think so. I feel like it's been abandoned.
Yeah.
Which is fine with me, honestly.
Yeah,
like, I'm 2 hours in.
I'm fine with it too. Yeah. Did you wanna end then, Kayleigh?
Yeah, it's almost dinner time for me.
Yes. Yeah, I want you to eat food.
Yeah.
So yeah, I guess we'll end the podcast here as it is.
On that note.
On that note. Oh yes, but anyway, since Squimbles is here, and as long as you are still okay with it, Squimbles, you can be our guest next week when we talk about witchy things.
Yes.
Which will be more lighthearted than this, hopefully.
Yes.
Because I don't know what this turned into. Okay.
Got real deep there.
We did.
Yeah.
Let me even see if we have enough viewers to raid somebody, because I don't know if we do. Yes, we do. All right. Yay! All right. While I'm doing this, Kayleigh,
yeah.
Did you have any closing remarks? Or did anyone have anything that they wanted to ask either one of us specifically, or any comments about whatever whatever the last part of the stream was?
Future podcast episodes?
Yeah, exactly.
Aside from the baking thing.
Yes. Yeah, we are definitely doing that. Oh, you know what? I actually had a thought that we could do it the other way around too, because, like, you could try to guide me through a makeup tutorial, Jenna Marbles Julian Solomita style.
Yes.
Like, that I don't get to see it. Love that.
I feel like that would be, because I speak makeup. That's the difference.
That is true. That is a problem.
Julian did not.
Well, here's what I was thinking to put a spin on it, right? Because, like, you could do, like, a face painting thing.
Oh.
Like, you know what I mean? Like costume makeup. Because that, I could imagine, could be difficult to describe how to do it.
Yeah.
Whereas, like, you're telling me to do a smoky eye, it's like, I kind of know what that is and what that looks like.
Yeah.
Whereas, like, if you're telling me, like, paint this design that looks like a snake on your face, I'd be like, what? Where? What? You know? Things like that. So I feel like it could work.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. I don't know what this game is, but we're gonna raid this person. They're playing Witch Hunt, whatever that is. I have absolutely no idea what that is.
Not Witch Hunter?
No. Just Witch Hunt.
Is that what it's called? Why does that not sound right to me?
I don't know.
Gerald from Rivia.
Gerald from Rivia. Yes.
Gerald?
Wait, did I say Gerald? Gerald.
Can you imagine if his name was Gerald?
He's just Gerald from accounting.
All the people on Tumblr are thirsting over some guy named Gerald.
Oh my god, that would be amazing. Oh man. Get some good stuff. Okay. Gerald from behind the coffee maker.
Yeah.
I'd love to see that with the Toshi Salvino and sugar pill transformation. Ooh. How did you guys meet? Oh, we have a question. I'll cancel my raid for a second. How did we meet? You can tell that story.
On Tumblr.
Yes.
Because I had been following Sylvie for a long time. And they posted one time about being super, super anxious and like physically shaking because Susie of Game Grumps responded to Sylvie's. Was it a criticism or something about the bug pin?
Yes, I had posted. I didn't mean to interrupt you, but yeah, I had posted on Instagram.
No.
What? No. What? Wait, did your audio cut out? Anyway, poor Kayleigh's audio cut out. We need to raid. But yeah, anyway, to finish the answer to that question, yes. Yeah, I had posted on Instagram because I had gotten like a bug pin from Susie, and some of the metal was starting to like wear off after I'd only like worn it once or twice. So I was asking like other people, you know, like for advice on metal painting. Like I wasn't asking for anything, and I wasn't even like, you know, really critiquing. I was just like, oh yeah, the metal seems to be, the paint on the metal seems to be fading. And then like Susie got really aggressive like on my post and was like, well, you should have told me first. I would have given you. I'm like, so I like freaked out. And I was like scared because that was like the height of like, because that was only just starting to be like the whole like clout chasing and like cancel culture kind of thing. So like I was afraid that Susie would try to attack me and like send the legion of the Grumps fans against me and like poison everyone against me. For some reason, I don't know why I thought that at the time, but that's anxiety. For you. Yeah, oh Yay! Your audio's back.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean that was basically it, and then we just started talking after that, and that was awesome.
Yeah, because I replied to your post, or I sent you a message and was
Yeah,
like, "Hey, if you talk, I'm here."
Aww.
And you did, and it was nice.
Yeah. And then we just started talking about random shit, and then eventually I think we moved to Discord at some point.
Yeah.
And then it went from there, and we've been best buddies ever since.
Yeah.
Yay! You didn't see, but I lifted a heart to the screen.
Yeah.
People do that. It's hard to me. I have diagnosed psychopathy, so I have to learn to behave. I think I'm doing well. Well, that's good. Good, Zane.
Yeah.
It's always hard to live with any kind of mental illness, for sure. All right. Hot or biscuit, because I have to get this girl to eat food, because otherwise she won't. So
yeah.
I mean, she's not that dependent, but we better just do it.
I will eat corn chips and nothing else.
Yeah, you gotta eat real food, especially since you can't have glutinous corn chips.
Yeah.
Glutinous beef
I
cookies.
can have corn.
Oh,
I can
yeah.
have corn. Okay. Corn gluten isn't the same as regular gluten.
Oh, I gotcha. Yeah. You can't have. It's just glutinous beef cookies. You can't. Oh my god, that's great. All right, bye everybody. We will see you next week with some witchy talk.
Bye.
Bye. I have to actually click raid. Okay, we're good.